Alright, so let's just get into the guide. Let's jump straight into it. Alright. So let's go through various things. Number one, loss and starved. So loss just makes it so whenever you're losing fat and muscle, it just tells you that. It just, notifies you to fat and muscle. Starved, that's when you have no food, you just can't get any TP at all. You can't get any stats, nothing. But this is meant to be your starter guide. So let's just go with what you should be doing first. Your first thing to do is come here. Job boards. Do this. You specifically want this one because the dust one's kind of like a waste of time. Actually, no. There's something you should be doing first. Let me go grab it. Let me do it after this. But as you can see, I'm going to spaces where it can spawn. If it doesn't spawn, it just means it's bugged. And you gotta go cancel it. But it did spawn. But whilst you're doing all this, you do want one specific thing. And it's this. You want this. You want to wear this the entire time. Because this gives you stamina, whenever you run out. So it lets you actively train up your stamina whilst you're just running around. Which is really important in the game. Because you need that stamina. Now. You just want to do these jobs until you're at like what? Let's say 10, 20k. Now for what you want to do here is you want to go. So here I'm gonna actually fuck I don't need this. We're just gonna go straight to the gym. Let's see. So the little thing is once you go to the gym, there's gonna be about 4 different trainings you can get. Now see, the one you want to do, the ones you want to start off with are, because pretty much you're going to be using these really late game as well. So, this is pretty much just a guide to get to 2k TP. But either way, pretty much just what you want to do here is you want to grab roadworks and you just want to run around the building. Yeah, you're just running. Now, I would recommend getting something to do, because, honestly, this will take you way more time than just taking me. It'll probably take around 100 seconds instead. But either way, once you do this, you're going to get agility and stamina. Is this time efficient? Not really. Just as unfortunately as it is. But pretty much once you start, getting up on this, you can start visiting around to the different trainers to actually get, the quest. Because there are dailies in this game. So here, I'll show you the first one that I always grab. Because there's 2. If you dip back this way, you notice we passed a building. And that's the boxing gym. Now, there are a multitude of styles in this game. They all have different requirements. So, let's just say they all have, like, their own requirements, But each one requires you to complete some kind of quest. Like, you'll talk to her, she'll give you a quest for it. Here, also, you can challenge them. If you want to see what that looks like. As you can see, the bosses in this game are actually hard to fight. Only reason I'm winning this is because there's a TP diff. Sadly, once you bottom out on stamina, you kind of just have to start eating punches. Now, here's the thing. You only really want to do these later on. Because they don't scale to your TP. These bosses actually just don't scale to TP. They don't. At all. So, pretty much this thing. So, now that I done that, I can actually show you this style. Or, really, you don't even have to do that. You know, just go teach her your skills. She'll give you a quest, and then here. This is what it looks like. These are the skills. You can only learn 6 skills, and there's an ultimate and passives. You can only pick 2 passives. Now, the clan styles are going to be your best bet in this game, but honestly, if you can't get those from the codes, it doesn't matter. Because there are, what, 2 codes right now, I believe? Either way, at the time of this video, there are 2 active codes. So here's the thing. You're going to redeem those if, you know, they don't work, or you don't have enough to actually get a clan, that's fine. Oh, most of the styles in this game are actually viable. Oh yeah, also, if you need money, you can just talk to this NPC. This one is for stamina, I believe. No, this one's for speed. Agility. The other one in there was for stamina. Okay, fuck it, I'm too slow. Oh yeah, this is heat mode. It's one of the best ones in the game. Oh yeah, bosses will spawn as well. But that's all in a different video where they all spawn. Either way, once you hit, so pretty much you're going to be doing those basic trainings I showed you in the gym. All of those until your stats become red. Like, here, let me show you. When their stats look like this, that's when you go limit break them. You talk to this NPC, he'll give you a minigame. I'll make a video on how to do every minigame. But there's also macros for it, like Senya's macro. Do I recommend spending money on this game? Yes and no. Like, you could do it all yourself, but it'll be significantly slower than just getting the macros. If I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I am making it so that's, like, kind of obsolete at some point. Like, there are raids now, those scale on your TP, but I'm gonna be honest, at the start, you're just not that strong. I would wait until you're at least 1.5k. Once you're at 1.5k, you can do those. If you need tokens ever, you can just run around all the different trainers. Oh yeah, these are teleporters. See. Oh yeah, there's also talent decks. And then here, if you want to know your best talents, or I don't even have the best ones, Sleepyhead, Small Stomach, and then the 2 genetics talents are going to be your best bets. They're the best ones. I don't have anything because they don't let me touch anything. Anyways, honestly, most of, you know, the whole tutorial for this game can be simplified down to get around, what, 500, no, I think it's like 250 strength, then you'll come in here, you'll get these, and you can just use those as well. So most of what this game can be simplified down to is run around with your breathing mask all the time, macro, get the basic trainings, all that bullshit. Once you get all that, you'll start getting your stats to the red, limit break, and then from there, it's pretty much just macro. I mean, there's a way to do it fast, but that's raids, and that's, you know, not, you know, fast, really. What's here to low TP? I mean, I can say that, you know, there's all these different trainers. I'll make a whole other video on all this, on all the trainers and their shit. You can also buy private servers if you need, but they're not really, like, useful or anything. I'm not buying one. I refuse to. But yeah. Oh, yeah. There's also, I forget, because I bought all the game passes. But, if you come in here, you'll notice there's this, and this lady. She can heal your broken bones for 10k, and this is just your stat check. Like, look. See? There also is no such thing as like mode fatigue. Your modes just go on cooldown. But I doubt you'll be getting modes still decently into the game. I mean, unless you go for heat mode off rip. Because heat mode's the only one in which you could just get it at any point in time. There's not really a requirement. I do know, however, that, you know, honestly, your best bet is just to get into a gang. Once you get into a gang, a lot of people could just tell you what to do from there. But if you want to solo play or make your own shit, you know, this video should be a decent tutorial. I don't know about it, though. If you could think of anything that I haven't included, just tell me and I'll put it in the next video. All the bosses are in another video. I think this is where I end it, to be honest. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, actually, no. One last piece of advice. Because I do be wanting to do this more. Everything is a risk. Everything. That shouldn't stop you from doing what you want to do. Regardless of what it is. Like, here, let's take, for Exhibit A, let's say there's some girl you like. What's the chance, even if she says no, what does that do? Nothing, it's... She says no, it's a no. At the end of the day, it's just how it is. You can't force someone to like you back, just like you can't force the outcome of something. No matter what, that's just how it is. You can't force anything. It's just hoping. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, just do what you can. Just take risks when you want to, and just do as you please. Well, obviously nothing illegal. You know what I mean by that. But do everything that we want. Life isn't long. It's not like we're here for an infinite number of lives. You know? So, why not just do it? Inherently, everything you're doing is a risk anyway, so why risk it in the first place? Like, who wants to actually sit there and realize that they missed out on something entirely because they were too scared to do it? Don't be like that. Improve yourself. Realistically, if you get rejected 9 out of 10 times, it's simply because they don't like you. And honestly, all you can do from there is just improve yourself. There's nothing you can do to convince them. That's simply all it is. With that being said, have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.